So we're about to have a conversation with someone I admire so much. He's done so well for himself. The last time I saw him was in 2016. We had a conversation here at the premises of Multimedia. It's 2018, 2 years now. But he's been doing fantastically well in the home where he belongs, Liberia. And he's been here with us. He's done, from Kumasi to Accra to Niger, back to Liberia. Frank Artus has done so well for himself, kept his status as an actor in the industry. But now I think that he's a politician as well, because he played a very instrumental role in politics in Liberia. He actually is one of the guys who I think fought so hard to get George Weah to become president of Liberia. And I am privileged because I'm speaking to a presidential friend. You're welcome to Ghana once again. How do you say that in Liberia? How do you say, how are you in Liberian, with a Liberian tongue? How do you say that?
How you coming on?
Hey! how
you all right?
You okay, that's easy. You all right?
You all right?
You all right?
How you coming on?
How you coming on?
You super Malega?
Oh, which one is that one? All these ones is just to ask you how you doing. Oh, but I've missed you.
So many different ways.
Yeah, I've missed you. You're looking good.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You've been doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
Off the screens for 2 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Was it deliberate?
Not really. But we had to put some things in order,
Maybe some things. What was happening with you?
A lot of things. I'm working with the film industry in Liberia to see how best we can restructure the entire industry and how filmmakers can start to benefit from their own labor. And also has to working with the government, trying to unite Liberians in the diasporas, and so many other things.
So many other things. I'm amazed you say that you work in the film industry in Liberia. Yeah. Is there an industry there? Is it thriving?
There is an industry. Back then, I started acting in 2004. In 2004, when I got into the industry, I met people in the industry.
There in Liberia?
Yeah, there in Liberia.
Wow.
So it was in 2005 they had their first leadership officials of the industry. Yeah, ups and down. They've been having a series of leaders, past, present, and what have you. So this time around, we've worked over the years with trying to get ourselves involved in politics with His Excellencies George Weah, the President of the Republic of Liberia. During that period, I served as a strong campaign person.
I saw that on social media. I saw lots of that on social media.
When that happened, people in the industry thought it wise that I think we should petition Frank Artus to go as the president for the film industry. So as it is right now, we're trying to bring about a change in the entertainment industry.
In Liberia.
Not only in Liberia, but working along with Ghanaians and Nigerians to have this interworking relationship that I've met with Salam, I met with the Film Authority, 1 or 2 persons there. And they're willing to give men the power of attorney to protect their intellectual properties within Liberia.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see. So Ghanaians and Nigerians whose property come to Nigeria and Liberia will be given power of attorney.
As in film-wise.
Okay, to protect. Yeah. And that's because you've had a lot of experience and you understand.
Understand
these things. So let's take it one after the other.
Great.
Now you took a break. You're trying to help, make the Liberian film industry better. And then you wanted to be they said the petition. But I read also that you wanted to be president of the industry, and some rules are making it difficult for you to penetrate that.
No rules.
The Observer, I think I read from The Observer. We actually monitor
rules.
from here.
No rules.
And somebody who was in leadership had been impeached because of that and blah, blah, blah.
No rules, no rules. There's not been a restriction or guidelines or regulations that I, Artus, have not beat. You understand? My credentials beat the standard of the industry. So people are even telling me to even go higher into politics because that's where my credentials meet. So I can't say like the film industry meets something. But the truth is the people need me. Yeah. So with my experience outside Liberia, Ghana, Nigeria, and other places that I've worked, and I have worked closely with officials of the industry. So I think they know that I am very much capable of bringing that change that they need. So it was nothing about rules and regulations and what have you, because the standard that is being placed was there, except for one instance that we had a constitution and an election commissioner is telling us to do away with the constitution and follow his guidelines. So I'm saying, like, what if I decide to follow your guidelines and I go into election and I feel cheated? Where is my fallback position? It can't be the guidelines. It has to be the constitution. So that's just basically. And
then I read that there's somebody who said that, you know, to be a president of the industry in Liberia, you have to have 2 of your parents from Liberia, and your father is from Ethiopia, so it became a challenge.
Yeah, because like most of them, you know, Liberia is it's a virgin land when it comes to entertainment. Yeah, we claim that, yeah, but what the details of entertainment, most people are not aware of it. People go on Google and believe everything Google says. So I tell them, I say, but Google also said that I'm worth over $1 million. You guys believe that too, right?
Well, if you tell us it's true, why won't we believe?
I mean, I don't want you to believe it.
You have that much money?
Because I don't have that much. But whatever the case is, it's just like that. So they go on Google, they believe things, they say things, people want to label you as this and label you as that, this and that. So I try to tell them, like, since 2000 now to present, I have now even changed my passport.
You still hold the Liberian passport?
Still hold the Liberian passport. Whenever it expires, I go down to Liberia, renew it, and come back. That's what I've been doing. So you cannot label me as a foreigner. You know, I can't be labeled as a foreigner. I was born there, I grew up there, I went to school there, everything there. So you can live a bit. But you know, politics, when people want to play politics, they try to bring in all sort of cons that are necessary.
But like you said, I also thought that after, you know, campaigning so hard for His Excellency George Weah to become president, you would have been in some ministerial role. You have been maybe working directly with government. You didn't
the thing
want
is,
to do that.
I still have passion for what I do, my act. And I don't want to get to the point where I will limit myself because I want to be a minister. I have not come to the point yet that I want to settle down and forget about my career, or maybe have 1 or 2 films be shot in a year. No, I still want to be as active as I used to be back then, and not forgetting that I just want to be a politician. I do have passion, not really passion, desire for politics, which of course it comes at a gradual timing and process. But if I wanted a job, a ministerial job, I think I would have gotten it. It's not a problem. That's one of the least problems to be on my list. And that's why my wife is now in the Minister of Culture.
Oh, really?
Follow the entertainment.
Oh, really?
If
your wife is in that position, it's almost like you being in that position.
If I wanted to be, I mean, I would have. Trust me.
Well, but congratulations to you.
Yeah, trust me. I would love to serve government from a different angle.
Which is?
Maybe some ambassador at large, peace ambassador, those places that you can travel out and do things. Maybe be some chairman on board or something. That way, it doesn't limit me from doing what I have to do. But being a minister, there are so many limitations, and
when I saw you, I saw Van Vicker as well join the team, and I said, okay, these folks have, you know, become a powerhouse. Do you see yourself as a powerhouse in Liberia? Because it looks like that's what we see you to be. That I can actually call you and say, okay, maybe we want to visit the presidency, and you can just pick a phone and dial.
Yeah,
make it happen.
Over the period since he became president, everybody will run like, Frank, you're close to the president. So, but it's not like that. I mean, there's a government. There's a protocols. There are people who are responsible for appointment with the president. You understand? It's not because he's my friend or we chat on WhatsApp and then I want to see him. I just get up and say, oh, I'm here to see the president. No, there has to be a channel. You have to respect his office. So that is a side. I mean, before president, yeah, we roll with that stuff and what have you. This is a different boy game, so you have to respect him. So when people run up to me and tell me, oh, I want to meet with Judge Weah, can you contact me to Judge Weah? I'm like, if you want to meet with Judge Weah, what do you have to offer? What is it I'm going to tell Judge Weah that this man has to offer that meets the interest of him first and the Liberian people? And like, you know, I have a proposal, and I could do this, I could do this, I could do that. Like, be specific. No, give me something solid, and you can have your platform. You know, because everybody in the government right now, at least we've been there before. We've worked during the campaign, and we have seen ourselves, we know ourselves very well. But don't just come and abuse it because you feel this is it. And I can't do that.
Well, that's the last question I'm going to ask you about your involvement in politics. But what did you see in Judge Weah? There were other candidates that made you... There
are so many lapses I saw in other candidates. There are so many lapses I saw in other candidates. Their presentation, their lifestyle, their family orientation, so many different things that I saw. One of the candidates during campaign, his wife was handling the campaign, whereas you should have a campaign chair. So I'm coming to my mind like, okay, so if you become president, your wife is going to handle the budget for our country. And there's a family thing. Another person that come out from America, he comes down and he has some funny kind of, you know, there were so many of them. Personally, it's not because he's been my friend and what I feel, but I think you should give a man a flower while he's alive. Judge Weah has worked tirelessly, and there is no other position. And what I like about him, I keep telling Liberians, I say he's my role model when it comes to the politics and the entertainment industry, because he's been very consistent. Liberians have said the worst, they have said the best, but Judge Weah has always been consistent. And there's no other better position that Judge Weah could have gotten for Liberia apart from being president. And I tell you, the Constitution states that after every 6 years, you can run again and what have you. But Judge Weah is going to go for 12 years, if not 21 years.
Really? Really?
I can clearly say that to you, because he's doing tremendously well for the people.
Within these few months.
Within a few months, trust me.
And you think people are happy?
The government was racked, and he came in and he tried to solicit to his international connections. He's an icon. So he pulled up everything now. There are development of roads, construction going on in the place. The same military hospital we have here, Judge Weah is putting up a huge one there for Liberians, and so many other things. Food have been reduced to the lowest of what you say. You know, the Liberian men will always love our rice. So the rice is the cheapest right now under his administration. Someone who came into power with nothing. So I think you can't tell me Judge Weah is going to stay there for even 12 years. I doubt it. I know he's going to go there for.
You think that people want him to be there for a longer time?
Trust me.
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope so. And I hope that, you know, with this change that you want to bring to the movie industry, what do you think the difference will be? Because even though you say you have a movie industry, everybody that has made a name for themselves has had to either, from Liberia, has had to either be here in Ghana or be in Nigeria to do a movie. Then we get to hear the talk of yourself, Gillette Ibrahim, Van Veka, Chichi, and all the other folks. When are we going to have stars, you know?
Over the years, it has been bad in the industry. Until you come out of Liberia, you cannot see your progress. You know, like I said, bad administration, government in power, they don't have interest for entertainers. Judge Weah being an entertainer, he has so much interest. He even pledged $100,000 to initiate the process of Liberia's first theater.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was
even
before he was.
Is there a deadline to that? Has that project started? Because even here in Ghana we have
the project. I have not, because we have to have a government in place per the film industry. Then that government can meet with the government of Liberia.
Okay,
and
so until you have a president for the industry.
Until we have a president for the industry, that project is pending. So and besides that, there are whole lots of things he's willing to do. But like you said, we always have to come out of Liberia to make sure that we get the stardom and the name and what have you. There's so many of us. The Magnus Bros, Josephus Talbot, Dream Debo, Joseph Weah, name the rest of the guys we have to leave Liberia and come here before we could get some relevance, even back home and other places. Nevertheless, there are local celebrities, we'll call them, in Liberia. There are children in Liberia. When you bring them out, people want to see them because they've been doing some local films. So if you take them from Liberia and bring them to the Liberian refugee camp, you see that people there want to see them. That's how it is. But I mean, we're talking on an international platform, and how can we grow to be bigger than it? With this government, Judge Weah, that is giving us a maximum support, I'm very optimistic that within maybe 2-3 years from now, you'll be seeing Liberian stars. Yeah, because there are some faces that are coming up in the industry, and they are brilliant faces that can be compared to some faces in Ghana and Nigeria. I see. Seriously.
We can wait to see that. But when is your presidency, or when is the election going to take place?
It's on the 29th.
On 29th
of December.
Okay, just after Christmas.
Just after Christmas.
And are you going, alone? Do you have a competitor?
There are people, of course, it's obvious, it's politics, it's democracy. People will have to want to infringe their rights. Of course, let them have their rights. But
how many people are you contesting against?
First, there were three. One of them dropped, so we are now like 3 in a race, so it's good.
So you were 3, one of them dropped, and somebody else joined?
No, there were 3. We were no 3.
Okay.
One person dropped, so we are 2 now.
Oh, you're just 2?
We're just 2 now.
And it looks like it's going in your favor.
Bring it on.
You're just so relaxed because you know that it's going in your favor.
Bring it on.
It's just the industry people. And who does it? Is that a person known across the globe like you are?
No.
Oh, I think it's a win for you already. So what are some of the things that you're going to instigate? Let's see what.
Yeah, one of the things I've been really fighting to put in place is the foreign films. Yeah, we have a market that is not as large as yours. We are still using CDs and DVDs around, and we have not come into the technological world like Ghana and Nigeria is. Everybody's using Rock TV and Iroko TV apps on the phone.
On your phones and all that.
I mean, people go to YouTube and do the stuff, but not that channel. So first thing I did, I created a channel of my own. Wow. I have my own channel like Iroko TV. It's called Monroe TV because Monrovia is Monroe TV. Okay. So that's how I said Monroe TV. So the channel is on your app, any phone, iPhone, Android.
So it's an app.
It's an app. You go there, you subscribe, and then you get to watch Liberian movies and other contents from Liberia. So, but the foreign films has been my major target because of a common scenario is the foreign film dominates the market. Now, because of that, Liberian films are not being sold. Liberians themselves, if you have a Mexican film that has 10 into 1, you have a Liberian film that has 1, and it goes for 1 hour, and this one goes for maybe 13, 14, 15 hours. More, and they go for the same prices, 100. And most people will go for the Mexican film. So we are not stopping films from coming, but we are saying that before you distribute a film on the market, you should have the right power of attorney from the producer, him or herself, before. So I want to see how many people will go India to get it.
That's going to be very difficult.
Yes, it's going to be there, but I'm working with the government.
Okay. That's
the government. They're going to install that. Because I've come across 1 or 2 producers, especially in Nigeria, and like invite you come to Liberia, let's shoot a film. Like, would I come to Liberia? My films have been pirated all over the place. And it just the president don't want to hear this kind of thing. He doesn't want to hear that Liberians have been labeled as a pirated film country. He doesn't want to hear that. So I think that's why we want to get the power of attorney from the film authority here. The same thing with the Nigeria. then we would take it there to the legislatures and they will look into it and they'll pass it as a law. So we're working.
And you're working.
And that's one of the things.
Just one of the many things that you want to do. Now, when I said I was going to interview, my editor just whispered, or just when I went out, he whispered to my ear that don't forget to ask him about how he became an internet sensation because of a certain lady in 2016.
Yeah.
How did that case end?
Oh, people say things, and once you say things, you respond to them, then you give relevance to it. For me, I don't respond to those kind of things. You understand? If something that did not start in public, if something did not start in public, it shouldn't end in public. So if it wants to end in public, you go and end it them. It's not me.
So you think that is because you're a star, she took advantage of the fact
most often, people.
So it's not the first time.
People always want to get back at you because they feel you celebrity, because they feel you this, because they feel you that. Because it's as simple as ABC, you know, it's a simple thing. And the good thing about it, she went there and created her mess. She went back there to apologize. She went there to come and beg me and my family. I didn't say anything. And for me, it's just one of those scandals. And I'm an entertainer, I can't be afraid of scandals.
Oh, really? So
shouldn't be.
So you shouldn't be?
No.
Don't they have a dent on your image? Because when you Google Frank Artus, it comes with the things that are up.
It doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't?
It doesn't.
It's still on the internet.
It should be there. It doesn't. Am still not working?
You're still working.
And I'm still not growing bigger.
Well, you're growing bigger. You're growing bigger. So you think it doesn't have any effect on what
I don't think it has. If what I feel will have effect on my career, or me as a person, is the fact that when I'm guilty to a cause, I like to feel it for myself. I don't like what people say or whatever people say. That's it. You have your opinion, respect it. But I like to feel it for myself. Let me feel it. I know I'm guilty to this, then I'll pay the penalties for them. But once I'm not guilty to it, you want to use some platform to gain relevance and tarnish another man's image. It's up to you. So it's a vicious cycle. What goes around comes around. I mean, I can't go Netherlands to go and fight her because of that. I feel that is one of those things. Even if I fight her, I kill her, I did this, is it going to change anything? It's nothing. So for me,
I'm just surprised at the way you take things coolly, because I'm wondering, when I saw the video, I was like, what is this man's wife going to say? You know, the industry, you know, where everybody...
The good thing I have my wife is she was the first person. When this thing came up first, I told her, and she said, what is going on? I said, this is what happened and what happened. I did not call this woman to borrow money from her. She said she wants to invest in my foundation. After 1 year, and then after you want to invest in my foundation, and then you later on start sending me a message 1 year later to say that you want the money back you invested in the foundation. I said, okay, I'll send the money by Friday. And you couldn't wait for Friday, you want to publicize. So what does that mean? So I feel like, if I want to use it, please, I beg you, help me this and that, give me money, and it's a different thing.
But she made it look like you had a sexual relationship.
Oh no, forget it. Everybody will paint their own thing. And you don't expect me to come on air and say, oh no, that lady did this, she lied, she did. And then she comes back to say, oh no, then we'll be like an internet media conversation, giving credence to what she said, right? No, so I can't. That thing is one of those things that's happening in my life, and you just have to live with it because of your status, your celebrity. People always want to take advantage.
But it's made you more careful?
Obviously. So very careful. That's another lesson I learned from there. That's the only lesson I learned from there. Like, be very careful with people that come around, because everybody that comes around, they come around with different intention and different agenda. So that was what I learned from there. And since then,
back to the movie industry. You're back fully now. When are you going back on location? When are you going on set?
I just completed 4 films.
I saw you, yes. I saw you on Instagram with Chichi, and then I think Prince David Ose was on that set, and then Christopher...
not Prince, Peter Ritchie.
Peter Ritchie, yeah. And then I saw Christopher Leke on that set as well. So you're back here shooting. Yeah. 4 films here in Ghana.
I've been here since the 17th of October, and I've done like 4 films already.
Already here in Ghana.
Already. I have like 2 Hollywood films to do next year in January.
I should be calling you more often, you know. Wow, so it means you're still hot. I thought because of politics. You know, politics has a way of affecting lots of things. You didn't get that mess,
I didn't get that.
Is it because your candidate won?
I don't know, but my candidate winning doesn't have anything to do with producers.
Well, you know how it is. Sometimes when you are aligned to a certain
being a politician wouldn't. I mean, I think it's just maybe some of the marks that you've left, the image that you've built for yourself over the years before leaving. That's I think that's just basically. And my working relationship with people on set. No, I'm very flexible. I like money, but I wouldn't want to come and screen producers, you know, because everybody right now, look around us. The industry is not like before. You know, you go on location these days, they're even telling you to use your own clothes to shoot. You know, so it's not like before. So you just have to be considerate with people. And one producers, directors found out that this guy is very considerate. He gives you his time. He dedicates everything. As big as he is, I don't work with him. And even I'm leaving tomorrow to Liberia. I'm going to spend Christmas with my kids, my family. But even at that, people are calling me today like, can you do something for me? I'm like, no, it's close. What about January? January is fully booked.
Really?
So I can't.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fully booked.
So when are you going back to Nigeria? I hear you caused a stir when you appeared in Nigeria some years back, you know. You became the man of every movie and everybody wanted to use you and all that.
The entertainment business is like that. I think it's seasonal. Everybody have the time and everybody will grow. The sky is too wide to accommodate all of us. It's just a matter of time. Yeah, so it was just a time of frying Artus, you know. That time can't come back again. I can go back down to Asaba and stay there and shoot 10 whole 50 movie. You know, no. Age is there. Being 40 years is not easy to say going back to go.
You know, Wikipedia says you're still 34.
Yeah, someone said that.
Yeah, Wikipedia says you're still 34. But I'm like, oh, his daughter is how old?
15 years.
So how is it 34? When did you give birth? You know, but Wikipedia says you're still 34.
So, you know, going back there, those days, you know, no, you can't do that. Besides, you have to upgrade in your career, come back, do something different. The viewers have seen that part of you. They want to see something different of you. You know, grow into your career and make it a little different from, you know, what you've been.
So what's different now? What kind of scripts are you accepting?
Well, the kind of scripts I'm accepting now, they're not script. Even if you put $1 million over it and give it to me, once it's not good, it's not good. I'm not going to do it.
What kind of script is that?
No, I'm just saying that if the script is not good and it comes to $1 million, I'm not going to do it. Because at first, we were shooting films because we wanted to be in the industry. We wanted to get relevance. We wanted to build a name for ourselves. Now, well, we've built the name, we've gained the relevance, we gained the fame, and we also gained the funds. So now that I've gone back, I've set a foundation for myself with or without the industry, I still make money.
What does the foundation do?
I have my production studio.
Wow.
I have my foundation
running.
You have
Monroe TV.
I have my channel running. Besides that, I have other people doing stuff for me other places.
And you have politics going on around you. Your wife is in the ministry. So
you know,
things are happening.
The children's school fees not on my head.
It's always nice having a conversation with you, and it's great to see you after 2 years. And